Now, 1 in 10 small businesses say they will be forced to start laying off staff if fuel prices continue to soar. The Federation of Small Businesses is also warning that a quarter of its members will have to freeze wages to cope with the rising costs. Catherine Jacob reports.
The soaring cost of fuel's hitting all drivers hard, but nobody harder than small business owners. Now their federation says the combined impact of this month's VAT and fuel duty rises is crippling many of its members. Tony Smith runs a small haulage company of 15 lorries in Scunthorpe. Had it not been for some recently acquired work, rising fuel costs nearly forced him to shut his business down.
Christmas time, I seriously sat down and considered whether I wanted to continue in the haulage business, purely because of the amount of effort that goes into running a haulage business for the very little reward. And it got to such a stage where we were seriously considering just packing up and letting the 15 drivers go.
The latest figures from the AA show average petrol prices rose to a record high of nearly £1.29 a litre this month, with diesel even higher. Fuel itself accounts for just 38% of that cost. The remaining 62% comes from tax. It's not just the hauliers who are suffering. A Snap poll for the Federation of Small Businesses reveals 1 in 10 members say they'll start laying off staff if the price of fuel keeps rising.
There is real concerns that the next 6 to 12 weeks is a real concern for some businesses, and clearly everybody's looking to manage their costs as well as they possibly can. But obviously with the fuel price increases, it's very difficult to purchase fuel at a cheaper price, so they're having to try and absorb them and cut corners in other areas of the business.
The government's talked about the possibility of a fuel price stabiliser, which would reduce fuel duty at times of high oil prices. But that now looks uncertain, and without it, many small businesses say they simply won't survive.
Fair Fuel UK is a new coalition taking in, amongst others, the Road Haulage Association. It's calling on members to sign an online petition to force the government to intervene.
The economy is so much based on the price of fuel. Hauliers are having to pass costs on to their customers. It's costs that cannot be maintained indefinitely.
Britain's small businesses are also calling on the government to scrap another planned fuel duty rise due in April. Without help from on high, and quickly, they say, the road ahead for many looks bleak. Catherine Jacob, Sky News, North Lincolnshire.